Each and every one of us has an unlimited inner wellspring of spiritual power. You have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels. Hi guys! Thank you so much for tuning into the show today. I'm so excited to be connecting with all of you, and I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day earlier this week. I know I did. I had a lot of fun doing a Valentine's Day romance angel reading for all of you on YouTube, which you can check out on my YouTube channel. And later in the day, I got beautiful roses from my boyfriend, Jesse. I'm a romantic at heart, so I love that kind of stuff. And today's show is dedicated to love. In a way, every show that we do here is definitely dedicated to love, because every show connects us with God and the angels, who are 100% love and light. But today is very special because we're going to be talking about soulmates. I feel that this is such an important topic to discuss with guidance and perspective from the angels, simply because there is so much kind of convoluted information out there on soulmates. For example, if you did a Google search on soulmates, you'd probably come up with tons of different articles that all say kind of contrasting things. From one source, you might get someone telling you that everyone has different categories of soulmates and this sort of one-size-fits-all definition of what those soulmate categories are. Or maybe from another source, you might hear someone say never to marry your soulmate because that's not their purpose or it won't make you happy. From another source, you might hear that soulmates don't exist, or perhaps the top 10 ways to know you've really found your soulmate that include things like, I don't know, maybe finishing one another's sentences or other cliches like that. Well, today, with the help of the angels' messages, we're hopefully going to untangle any confusing information you might have heard and get to the heart of understanding soulmates. Now, when I've asked the angels about this topic, they preface their answer with this fact. In a way, every single human being on this planet is your soulmate. The spiritual truth behind, within, and ever fueling this magnificent world we live in is oneness. All of us are one, appearing as many. So really, all your relationships are you relating with you, or perhaps loving and discovering you, or God discovering God at a deep level of the soul. So do remember that in spiritual truth, every relationship and encounter with another you attract is significant. In truth, we are all very old souls and have likely met everyone in our present lives many times over in previous incarnations. The law of attraction is constantly working in perfect divine order and harmony, meaning that the people you've attracted into your life are there for a divine purpose. And that purpose ultimately has to do with karma. So each soul has a unique karmic predicament, a sort of spiritual coding that guides which way life will go. Now, understand that karma is not some system of reward or punishment relating to your morals. Karma is not about judgment. Karma is a Sanskrit word that simply means action. Karma is action. So, in this world we live in, we have infinite possibilities, infinite choices we can make. When you choose something for your life, you are taking action. And all of the other paths you might have taken start to disappear as you place your focus on the reality of the path you have chosen and are now co-creating. That action, choice, and focus creates a sort of momentum around it in which you generate a specific kind of energy that you'll live in. Now, let's say for one person, their outlook maybe is rather negative. They're always worrying that things won't work out and strongly believe that you have to scrape by to survive, perhaps. They might make choices based on their belief and craft a whole reality around themselves that continues to broadcast and attract situations that reinforce the choice their consciousness is focused upon, which is negativity and worry in this case. When you focus on something habitually, your human mind attaches patterns and cycles of repeating thoughts and feelings around that focus, since of course we are creatures of pattern, habit, and cycles. That person is also a co-creator of their reality, so as they habitually focus upon these, let's say the negative patterns of thought we were talking about, Source delivers them exactly what they ask for. You could say this person has entered a sort of cyclical energy field, and that energy field has its own unique resonance or frequency. That person will attract into their lives other people based on that state or resonance. They will attract others who will most likely catalyze something inside of them that has all the potential in the universe to move them back to source, back to oneness, back to love, fulfillment, comfort, peace, and joy. You see, there's a shared karmic thread that moves between individuals and their relationships that mysteriously and beautifully is always presenting the catalyst towards doing the inner work or moving our karma or action towards God. And this is the way our relationships just work. No matter what is being catalyzed, we're always creating immense potential in one another to shift our resonance and our choices and actions and state of mind back to the oneness. When we realize our oneness, we are feeling love, joy, immense openness, inspiration, and fulfillment. Love and joy are part of our natural state, and all of us naturally yearn for it and to reach for that love in life, that oneness. So in truth, no matter what roundabout path you might be taking in your karma is always leading you straight to God and to love. So take a moment to think about the important relationships in your life, whether they're the easy, supportive, enjoyable relationships, or whether they're the ones that challenge you to the core. These people, the challenging ones, are your teachers and your soul's mirror. They are all your soulmates, really. The definition of a soulmate, as the angels have explained it, is really anyone who comes into your life with the spiritual purpose of catalyzing something on your path that gives you an opportunity to discover God, or in other words, your deepest self. This is happening all the time. Soulmates come in all shapes and sizes. They come in the form of your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters, your friends, your romantic partner, your seeming adversaries, and even strangers who you may only interact with for a few moments. Now, each of the purposes that these soulmates have in your life are unique. With some of them, you might have ancient shared karmic history, and the feelings and lessons they spark in your life might be absolutely profound. With others, the soul bond might seem more quiet and simple, with a simple lesson to help shape your path, but each are significant and important to your journey. Now, I want to talk about something called soul contracts. Before we come into our incarnations, We choose our parents, who are a perfect karmic match for us, as well as agree to meet significant others who will point the way forward for us in this life. Our soul contracts or agreements are a part of our soul's purpose. The contract is usually centered around some lesson or creation you're meant to help each other with. And when we make a soul contract with someone, we will meet them in this lifetime exactly when we are ready to, no matter what. So don't worry, you can't miss meeting your soulmate. They just show up exactly when it is time for the two of you to fulfill your purpose together. Now, as I said before, each of these soulmate relationships are unique because each has a purpose uniquely tailored to our immensely diverse experiences, which is why I have learned that perhaps it isn't always helpful actually to get caught up and trying to define or maybe stereotype your soulmate relationship with a label such as twin flame, twin soul, or the beloved one, the one. And the reason for that is not because these deeply important soulmate bonds that you're associating with the idea of a twin flame aren't real. It's because we as a culture tend to really heavily focus on romanticizing things. It's very easy to get distracted and caught up in the idea that you have to meet your twin flame or the one, and that there are all these specific romantic feelings and signposts that are supposed to define that person. And the stumbling block for some people is they have such an over-attachment to needing to find the romanticized one that they miss out on what's right in front of their eyes, and are sometimes so attached to the idea that your twin soul is someone who will complete you in every way and always give you romantic, happily ever after feelings, that they are afraid of really opening up and doing the work involved in a relationship. Because once the honeymoon is over, you'll continue to meet your significant other with such human truth and discovery. And that can be really beautiful and exciting and interesting. But truth is scary for a lot of us. Sometimes it has bad breath, or it's late, or argumentative, or burns your dinner. It's all the things. You can choose to be in it and keep opening to it and deepening it, or you can choose to trade in your partner. But in the end, you'll be met with exactly the same work to do as before. Now, I wanted to take a moment to comment on the ideas of the twin flame, because according to the angels, there is a significant kind of soulmate relationship that can bring out the deepest in you. And that aside from any confusion that results in maybe over-romanticizing this concept, does have some truth to it. And I know that there are so many people with big questions about the idea of a twin flame or a twin soul. The angel's best definition of a twin flame, if you insist on having a label for it, which is something they said, if you insist on a label, is really anyone who places a mirror in front of you at a soul level. This is someone who may spark deep cosmic recognition in you, but who ultimately may tend to mirror back your behaviors, your fears, vulnerabilities, or insecurities in ways that place the biggest catalysts for changing the self upon us. We don't want to too strictly really define the characteristics of these more powerful feeling connections because, again, remember, all of these connections are so unique to you and your life circumstances. And we don't want you to be so caught up on needing it to fit inside a specific box that you miss the soulmate relationship or you cease to engage in it. But we can say that it is helpful to remember that these kinds of big, important soulmate connections aren't always cupcakes and roses. They might challenge us. And sometimes these connections are infused with a soul contract or intention for us to live with this person as a life partner. And sometimes they aren't. There's absolutely no one size fits all thing you're supposed to feel or experience with a soulmate. So it's okay if you don't marry somebody you thought was the one. It doesn't make you a romantic failure by any means. There is no good or bad in it. It is all just part of your soul's unique action and growth. According to the angels, the best way to cultivate your attitude about the concept of soulmates is just to stay really open-minded. First, know that if someone is in your life making a strong karmic stamp on how you live, feel, believe, and learn your life's lessons, then they are a soulmate. Know that if you've attracted someone with whom you share something significant in your life, that it is for a spiritual purpose, and that there is great opportunity in that to learn and teach, right in that bond. It can be really helpful to perhaps choose to focus on what is the purpose in this relationship, as opposed to maybe trying to label or define what kind of soulmate thing, or if it is or isn't a soulmate relationship. What is the purpose in this relationship? And according to the angels, the answer is really always the same: to love, to discover, grow, expand through this great opportunity to love, no matter the way the relationship might trigger your ego. Just open yourself to that connection with the intent to love, loving the self and loving of the other, loving of your soulmate. And there is infinite choices that you have really as to how that love moves and acts through you. So again, just be open to it. Now, I would like for us to take a moment to talk about recognizing soulmate relationships, because that can be very exciting, particularly, of course, the romantic connections, which I get lots of questions about. One of the hallmarks of meeting a soulmate can be an instantaneous feeling of connection, of importance or excitement around them. And in fact, we feel the most amount of chemistry around those who match our karma, who have the most to do with catalyzing our karma. And what comes with that attraction and instantaneous chemistry can often also be a feeling of recognition, a feeling of familiarity with that person. As you embark upon these connections with other people and seek to find the purpose behind these things, look for familiar feelings you get around that person. Sometimes you might perhaps instantly trust someone or feel protected around them. And this could be because you're sensing and remembering the contract your two souls have made. Or a lot of times, these feelings can be based in past life memories of the history of the experiences your two souls have shared. So allow those feelings to really play themselves out and live the story that you are meant to live with that person. Now, I know that many of you wonder about how to find or attract your soulmate in this life. And the answer is that once again, you can't miss them. You'll attract them as soon as you're ready in absolutely perfect divine timing. And know that you can make an impact on attracting your soulmate as you work on yourself and as you hold the intention to meet them. So when you're learning your lessons, preparing and opening your heart, you're perhaps speeding up the timeline or making an effect on the timeline of when you'll meet them. So if you desire to find a soulmate relationship, something that you can do is pray and ask the angels to help prepare your heart to meet them. Then simply remain open and ready to connect with whomever then maybe stumbles on your path, as each person you meet is intrinsically leading you to your destiny. Now, something else that I'm hearing the angels add in for us right here is to really emphasize the point that you can't meet your soulmate in the wrong timing. So if there's anybody listening who's maybe contemplating a soulmate relationship in which they've thought, oh, it just didn't seem like the right time for us. We, met when we couldn't be in a relationship romantically, or there's something going on to distract us. I'm hearing your angels say, no, the situation around when you met that person and what was going on in each of your lives was part of, again, that work that you were presented with to do on yourself, to shift your action, to shift and uplift in your karmic lessons that you're sort of learning, sort of thing. So just be present and really trust everything that comes into your life and the timing that it comes in. So we're going to be doing a guided meditation and prayer together now to help our hearts really open to our soulmates, and to prepare ourselves for that kind of love. I do have a longer version of this type of guided meditation available on YouTube that you can check out later, entitled Meditation for Attracting Your Soulmate, if you would like to work on that. Sometimes when we do guided meditations for a particular purpose regularly, it really just creates a great amount of energetic momentum in and around us. So now we're going to do all of that together. Lift everybody up around you. Let's get nice and comfortable and close our eyes as we deepen and lengthen our breaths. Good. Really feeling yourself beginning to relax into a state of comfort and ease. Feeling that with each breath you take, that breath is gliding straight into the heart chakra. Feeling the heartbeat perhaps slow to a slightly slower and more gentle rhythm, and becoming deeply receptive as you notice that feeling of receptivity and relaxation floating throughout your entire body, into the mind, and into the spirit. The angels are asking you to notice that there is a beautiful, bright pink and gold colored light floating all around you. They are asking you to breathe this pink and golden light in. Feel it floating in through the third eye and gently opening the crown chakra, allowing these energetic centers to bloom open like flowers to the touch of the sun. Feel that calming, receptive, soft pink light shift your state of mind, summoning feelings of peace, gentleness, and love. Feeling so supported and taken care of in this moment. As you continue to breathe, allow that beautiful light and feeling to flow down the spine, moving through the throat chakra, and nestling again around the heart. The angels are showing us that they're going to work on your heart chakra right now. So as you breathe, notice that your heart chakra seems to be relaxing open just a little more and a little more with every breath that you take. Feeling that with every movement of the heart chakra as it opens, that you're able to receive more of this calming, nurturing, peaceful energy from the angels. Allow that light and peace to sink into the deepest regions of your heart chakra now. And from this place, the angels would like to create healing. The angels are asking you to notice in your heart chakra any areas or memories of heartbreak, unforgiveness, or hurt that you've held in any past relationship of any kind. And we're going to breathe gently as the angels lift these memories and energies right up to the surface of the heart. Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, is stepping forward, and with his vacuum tube of light, he is suctioning away any heaviness, any tension, any of the old pain. Simply allow him to do this. And as this energy releases, think the thought, I forgive you and I release you with love. I forgive you and I release you with love. Noticing that the beautiful healing magic of that forgiveness is flowing towards any person with whom you felt imbalance or pain, and of course also towards yourself. Notice as the weight of the past releases that your heart seems to feel much lighter than before. Noticing that its energy is as light and playful as the beating of angels' wings or the laughter of a child. Feeling your inner joy and light just shine through. The angels are really allowing that joy to magnify. And you can just hold space for this, perhaps smiling as you continue to breathe, letting this joy and happiness that is natural and inherent in all of us just to well up in your heart, to become strong, powerful. We're going to breathe around that joy, watching as that joy becomes a beautiful sphere of spinning light, nestled right above your heart. We're going to allow the spinning of this sphere of light gain a little bit of momentum as you continue to breathe and concentrate your hopes for love in your life, your happiness, and you're looking forward to merging with another soul in love towards God. And we're going to allow those beautiful feelings to fill that sphere of light. Good. Now with your next deep healing breath, gather up that sphere of light, and with your next exhale, see and feel as the light flows out from your heart and just shines out into the universe. Trusting and knowing that this light is going to touch the heart of your soulmate, of a beloved partner of yours whom you are meant to connect with. Whether this is someone that you already know or someone you have yet to meet. Feel that light lifting up your soulmate's heart and creating a bridge of energy between your two hearts. And then just take a moment to explore this beautiful feeling of connection, seeing and feeling your hearts connected and combined. In this moment, you may choose to send your soulmate a message or to place an intention into this connection. And this can be all your own. Good. The angels are showing us that they are now standing before you, creating a beautiful bridge of connection and protection between you and your soulmate, assuring you that they will help to guide you into one another's lives perfectly, or to guide your continued relationship with this person in peace. The angels would like for you to take a moment, if you would like to ask them about what the purpose is with this soulmate relationship, or perhaps what lessons might be presenting themselves to you on your path now. And all you have to do is breathe and listen for the answer. Very good. Your angels are now showing us that they are spinning beautiful, healing energy and light all around your energy field. Archangel Raphael is very active in this process, the healing angel, as he is spinning a web of bright emerald green energy to coat your energy field like a shield for healing. The angels assure you that you are now uplifted to your highest, most guided path towards peace, and that they are guiding you every step of the way. So be sure to listen for their guidance. The angels are gently placing their hands over your shoulders and asking you to breathe in deeply, feeling yourself really floating deep down back into your physical body, back into the present moment. Feeling a beautiful feeling of energy and weight flowing down the spine, moving from the heart all the way down the solar plexus, down further through into the hip and pelvic region at the sacral chakra, and down deep into the root chakra at the base of the spine. We're going to collect all of this light, soft, uplifting, and healing energy into the root chakra now. So let's take a nice, big, deep breath, collecting that energy at the root. And exhale. Feeling as that beautiful light pours out to the tailbone, through the root chakra, down the legs, out the feet, and straight into Mother Earth, grounding these high, light, spiritual vibrations into your present everyday life, where it is most effective, where you will meet it in all of your physical, worldly experiences. Your angels and guides are standing around you protectively and lovingly now, assuring you of their continued presence forward. And with that, together, we'll just take a couple of nice deep breaths, feeling our presence returning to our legs, fingers, toes, feeling ourselves alive, awake, aware, and ready, totally grounded, totally present. And with your next gentle exhale, you can open your eyes and shift right back into the moment. Very good. Beautiful. So there's just one more point that the angels would like to make for us today on the idea of soulmates as we're going forward. And it is this, that we oftentimes feel incredible feelings of love with another human being when we have a powerful opportunity to merge with God through that person, through that relationship. So when we fall in love, we can sort of call the feeling that we get, that insatiable feeling of wanting to be close to them, that incredible sort of cosmic, transcendent feeling of being so incredibly open in your heart. We can call it the urge to merge. What you're receiving and feeling in that moment is a real deep closeness to God, or potential to get very close to God. And so we have this urge to merge, this urge to be close with that person, to connect with them. And I will say that the types of relationships that, according to the angels, are some of our closest and most beautiful opportunities to connect with God, to connect with Source, to know ourselves as the divine Source, as God, are both our romantic relationships and our parent-child relationships, the way that a parent falls in love with the child when they first see them and that sort of thing. It's such an absolutely beautiful connection. And again, it's one that gets us closer to heaven. The angels are lastly kind of closing their insights and discussion today on this before we open up the phone lines with this last sort of idea that our relationships in this life, relationships of all kinds, are perhaps the ground zero of the biggest opportunities for us to work on ourselves and to evolve as spiritual beings that we ever get. So, again, remain open with your relationships and just remember that if they're there in your life, there's a significance there, and we have a calling to honor these things by working on being our best selves and expanding love in our own hearts and the way that we express it and share it in our infinite ways with other people. So yes, thank you again so much for connecting with me in that meditation as well. You can just really feel the beautiful energy of everyone participating in that uplifting high energy. And today we are working with the Romance Angels Oracle cards, just for fun, of course, and also the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck. So it looks as if we already have a caller on. So caller, hello, you are on the air. Thank you so much for calling in today. If you could just let us know your first name and where you're calling from today. I'm not hearing anybody on the other
Cindy.
line. Oh, there we go. She's in. Hi, Cindy. Yay, you got through. Thank you so much for calling. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Awesome. So what question or thought do you have to share with us today?
Well, I would love to have an angel reading today if possible.
Absolutely. And do you have any specific questions you would like to ask for your angels or topics you want to ask about?
I do. I'm in the process of really changing the direction in my life, the work that I'm doing, and where I'm living. So anything related to that would be great.
All right. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you from our Angel Therapy Oracle card deck in that case. I think that would fit really nicely. And we're just picking 3 cards to see what you've got around you. Right away, I am seeing that you have a couple of what feel like archetypal energies around you. I'm seeing both a healer archetype around you and a teacher archetype around you, that you have the ability to heal people through the words that you have or the lessons that you have to give and that sort of thing. And that essentially connecting with other human beings, connecting with the heart is a big part of your purpose and a big part of where some of your talents lie. So that's the first thing I'm getting. And I'm also seeing that you're really closely being guided by Archangel Uriel at this time, who is the angel of light and understanding, is often around people with a real connection with, kind of intellectual matters, and he helps us with really clear understanding of the truth and that sort of thing, or even teaching it, we'll say. You've also got Raphael around you, which is really nice as a healer. So I'm going to turn over our cards and see what messages we get. So our first card is the Power Animal card. Power Animal. So for you, Cindy, what I'm hearing right away out of this one is that you already know the truth of what you are meant to do. And this is a strong card that tells us to follow our instincts. When we see the Power Animal card, it oftentimes is reminding us of the wisdom of our instincts that every single one of us has, sort of like animal instincts kind of thing. And I'm hearing that you've gotten feelings or ideas or messages, thoughts of what it is that you really want to do, what would really fulfill you. And they're saying there's no need to put your action towards plan B. Put it towards plan A, which is where your passions and your instincts lie, where you really want to be doing things. I'm also hearing your angel saying that It does feel as if there may be a move or a relocation involved in this. And it's interesting because it feels as if we're going somewhere where there is a perception that there's a lot of like people that seem to be more open-minded with some of the things that you are passionate about. And I'm seeing some place with a lot of sunshine. So I don't know if there's any specific places you've been considering, but those are some of the little kind of signs, feelings that we're getting from that so far. And again, I'm hearing the angels remind you that there is a great deal of stuff for you to do involving your service, because our next card that we pulled is the If You Get Nervous, Focus on Service card. And this is a card that tells you that if you've got any worries or fears about, pursuing what you really, really want to do, and again, you've got this ability to heal and this ability to teach, to speak, to be a voice, to connect with people at a heart level, that you got to remember that it's not just about, that's just me selfishly wanting to do what I want to do. It's think about the people that will be helped by the work that you plan on doing out in the world. You have a really creative edge around you too. I feel a lot of big creative energy. Our final card is the Crystals card. And this is actually interesting because the Crystals card is giving us a really specific message for you today. It's saying that it feels as if you have a strong calling to be able to be effective among what feels like new age circles or metaphysical thought, kind of circles and things like that. And they're showing me an image of you holding a crystal in your hand and it feeling like a tuning instrument that just acts like a microphone to spirit and allows you to feel a really, really close connection. And then they're pointing to your throat chakra, showing us that you really have a great ability to kind of channel messages and different things like that. So any questions or thoughts about that so far? They had quite a bit for you.
Well, I just can't even tell you how 100% right on you are. With all of that, the healing and the teaching is exactly in alignment with what I want to do. And also using my own spiritual gifts of intuition and my psychic gifts. I mean, I'm taken completely aback. I mean, I'm like speechless practically because it's absolutely 100% right on everything that you said. So I appreciate it so much, and even the animal spirits, because the work I'm doing will benefit animals too, as well as people.
Wow, I love that there was another kind of sign embedded in that one too. That is so cool. Very, very, very cool. Well, you are very much on the right track, and I'm hearing Uriel. Uriel is so close with you. I love that. Uriel is saying, now it's just about revving your engines and heading straight for that path. It's like a point and shoot kind of feeling. Like, you are called to do this. You are meant to be out there, because think of all the people who are meant to hear your message and be helped and healed by you. This is definitely a go forward and do it kind of message. You're being given your wand of sort of legitimacy, and you are ready, and you're given permission right now. Poof is waved right over your head. I'm feeling your angels say. So just do it now. It feels that like the time couldn't be more ripe for it.
Wow, that is so awesome. I just have goosebumps all over. So
Yay!
Thank you so much. I just appreciate it so much. And it's so funny. I only came upon you like a week ago, and I'm like, I have to call her. I felt very compelled to call and to listen to your show. So I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate you so much. And I just love the way Law of Attraction works. We were just meant to talk today. And I feel like your message is for some other people out there who are listening too. So thank you so much for your call. It was such a lovely thing to get to talk with you today.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, my dear. So
Bye-bye.
we are opening up now to let another person on the line. And good, we already have another caller. All right. Caller, you are on the line. Thank you so much for calling in today. If you could just tell us your first name and where you're calling from.
Hi, good day. My name is Christa, and I'm calling from Trinidad.
Hi, Christa. Thank you so much for calling in today. It's so great to connect with you. Do you have any specific questions or thoughts you'd like to share with us today?
Yes, I would like to get some guidance on. I have a big move coming up, and I'm not seeing any like potential. I have to move from where I'm living, and I'm not seeing any potential places. So I'm looking to get some guidance on what's going on. Spirit keeps telling me, "Don't worry," but I just need some extra words of encouragement.
Yes, absolutely. Gosh, I love it when we get themes going on sometimes because our last caller too had there was moving as one of the layers of what was going on with her situation too. So everybody who's listening know that if you've got something going on with this, kind of theme that we have similarly, then listen into this guidance because this is for everybody. So Krista, I'm turning over 3 cards that I've just pulled from our Angel Therapy Oracle card deck and just
Mm-hmm.
seeing what we have. And so right away, the very first message that I'm getting out of this is not to be kind of over perfectionistic or have any kind of limited thinking about where the next place is to go. What I'm feeling is the most important thing to do is just to find some kind of small improvement. It feels as if the current environment that you're in is kind of constricting. I kind of get this feeling like your wings are tied down and you're not in a place where you can really just spread your wings fully and feel fully appreciated, understood, and that sort of thing. So the first card I pulled is the throat chakra card. And the throat chakra
Mm-hmm.
card is a card that's really saying, first step to helping you to go forward with moving is to speak your truth, is to speak up. And it feels as if, kind of speaking your truth is going to be helpful with any others that are involved in the situation, or simply even declaring to the universe, I am moving. Or declaring to those maybe that, you live around, or, any place that you live at, I am moving. Here's the time. I'm just putting it in. I'm committing to it. And I'm doing it in a very realistic way. That feels like it's a really important part of kind of manifesting this because it shows to the universe a sense of your decisiveness. Putting your foot down is a big part of kind of manifesting for a lot of us, a sense of really emotionally and soulfully kind of committing to something. So that feels like the first step. And then our second step is the goddess card. We have the goddess card as our second card. And this is interesting because once again, I'm hearing the message self-expression, having your voice heard, being in an environment where you can really be expressive and creative and not feel constricted at all anymore. They're saying that you deserve this kind of a nurturing, supportive environment because you have, it feels like, a beautiful life purpose and deserve even more peace of mind so that you can be your best to kind of fulfill your life purpose. I'm seeing just a lot of beauty around you. I don't know if you're attracted to a lot of art or if you do anything with art or music or anything like that. You do? Oh, of course. I see flooding beautiful music moving out of your throat chakra, and it felt like I was hearing music and feeling beautiful sensations. And yeah, they're just saying you are meant to do this. This is your life purpose. You have to be out there expressing your beauty in the world because it's a reflection of spirit and it uplifts people beautifully. So yes, you belong in a new location that will be even more supportive. And again, they're saying even if you have a sense in your mind already of it has to be, one or two of these specific places I've always had in my mind where I need to grow and need to, kind of set my roots in for career or anything like that. They're saying bring down the bar a little bit, the bar of perfection. We always want our standards to be high, but never over perfectionistic. And just find something that is a step ahead, the next step, something that creates an improvement, creates that just the freedom for you to spread your wings and express yourself even more. And they're impressing the importance of this because our final card is the emotional sensitivity card. And the emotional sensitivity card is a card that says you are highly, highly sensitive and you need to honor and respect your deep sensitivity by moving to an environment that feels, safe, non-toxic, and again, a place where you can be you, where you can just express yourself and, kind of do your best. And again, it feels like the current environment sort of clips your wings a little bit. So we're going to get out of that so that you can really honor your emotions. Last thing your angels are adding in with this is just as you're kind of feeling out the opportunities, in front of you, different locations that you could, go to, different ways that you can make things kind of work out. They're saying really trust your heart. feel into the feedback that your heart is giving you, because your heart will tell you a place that is fertile and uplifting and positive for you to go with the kind of work that you do. You will feel an instantaneous sense of being relaxed and comfortable around particular opportunities, and just trust that, and don't worry about any perfectionist thoughts that we all kind of get in our mind that might come up and saying, oh, I don't know. And, the second guessing. So, yes, trust your feelings. They're very true. Any questions or thoughts on any of that so far?
Oh my God, I needed to hear this. Thank you so much. I think the only final question would be like, I think, are they seeing me making that move like soon?
Yes, let's tune right in and see. So, oh my goodness, it feels as if it's right around the corner. Right away, I'm feeling a lot of big opportunities popping up for you in the spring. And it's interesting because I'm seeing you going into the month of March, which is right around the corner. And right around like mid-March, I'm seeing you hitting the ground running with a lot to do. There's just activity going on, like maybe you're packing, you're getting ready, you're moving, and all of that kind of stuff. So just notice lots of opportunities coming up then. And yeah, transitions are springtime for you. So it's right ahead of you. Keep the faith and keep heading towards it. Keep going.
The fact that you even said mid-March is so in sync with what I have been getting intuitively. So thank you so much. You just like give me any level of reassurance.
Yay! I'm so glad. You are so welcome, Christa. You are so sweet. And I love it when I can just affirm what you've already heard from your angels, because so often I've had the angels just say, this person just needs a confirmation that they've already gotten the right, message, the right intuition. And you really have. You're very, very sensitive. So you pick up on these things. So thank you, Christa, for calling in. It was such a pleasure to connect with you today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and good luck with your move.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Gosh, I love it when we get these great themes going on, because it felt like both of our callers today had stuff going on with both moving and life purpose. So I always like to tell people that when you're listening in and you're trying to get in, to call or anything like that, or you want a reading or something like that, even if you don't get through, listen to the callers that do, or the readings that come up, because almost every time it's a message for all of us. Law of attraction just works that way magically. And it looks as if we have room for another caller. If anybody else wants to call in, you can go ahead and do that. Again, our number is 240-979-4111. And oh gosh, it was so fast. It looks like we have someone else on the line and ready for a call. So hi, caller. Thank you for calling in. What is your first name and where are you calling from today?
Hi, this is Beth and I'm calling from Portland, Maine.
Hi, Beth. Thank you so much for calling. It's great to talk with you today. And what question or thought do you have?
Well, I'd like to keep in with the show's theme this week. And also the theme with like the other people who have called. I'm kind of in the middle of like a transition myself. I'm just applying to a bunch of grad schools and seeing where I'm writing. And also I've had not like a rough relationship with the person I'm currently with, but there have been challenges and stuff. And I really love what you were saying about like how to be open to them and they're all about learning and, just like stay open to all those kinds of things. So I really kind of wanted to know like the future of like that, like what I should really do about like, should I bring him with me and like how is that going to get, like any advice about how that's going to come to fruition and stuff like that.
Yes. Oh, that is such a great question. Right away, I'm hearing your angels jumping right in and answering with the fact that it feels as if, there's been a little bit of turbulence that the two of you have been feeling in the relationship, actually in direct response to the feeling of there are changes on the horizon. You're about to go into the graduate schools and, different things like that. And it feels as if, even when you're not thinking of it consciously or, trying to worry about it, there feels as if there's an unconscious undercurrent that just says, we've held on to one another and we've built so much good with one another and almost I don't want to let that go or I'm afraid of the unknown. And there's a little bit of tension there that can come out sometimes, of course, in the conscious, on the surface of what we're dating with another person. So they're saying not to worry because this feels as if it's like one of those normal kind of transitional things. And I've pulled some cards from our Romance Angels deck for the relationship part of it. And we will do a card as well from our Angel Therapy deck. I'm just going to pull one of those too right over here. All right. So the first card that I turned over, interestingly, from our Romance Angels deck is the Wedding card. The Wedding card, which feels as if your love life, this relationship is meant to stick around. I feel as if your love life is ascending to a much higher level of commitment, which could be brought on by the two of you maybe just co-deciding that you perhaps want to, move together. And honestly, as soon as you asked that question, it honestly felt like both of your souls in this situation were so much stronger and more powerfully moving towards, yes, we want to move through this transition together, rather than part ways or anything else. It felt as if you guys have just created something that feels really foundational. And I'm hearing your angels say that you're now at a point in your life as well, where you are just ready for that kind of deep commitment. It's like the lessons that you've already learned in terms of soulmate stuff, or, kind of experiences in the past have brought you to this point where there is a readiness for like really good functioning life partnership. And I see that both of you have the ability to do that. So definitely see your way through any of the turbulence, open yourself, be present with it. It feels like the two of you are able to work through it as you really open your hearts, communicate, and find some mutual understanding. Our second card from the Romance deck. Oh, this is just so juicy. I love it. It's the past life relationship card. So the two of you have past life relationships together, and I'm going to just quickly ask the angels if there's anything specific they want you to know about the past life relationships between the two of you. And right away, I'm getting a really supportive feeling between the two of you. And I'm seeing that your partner has been in really protective roles for you before, like providing for you and protecting you. And it feels like in this lifetime, the two of you kind of trade off doing that, where, you'll be the one protecting and providing and supporting in some way. And then your partner will be doing it in a different way. There's like this beautiful kind of even a give and take kind of thing, balancing, giving and receiving back and forward. And I'm just hearing you can trust this. There's just, there's strength behind what the two of you have built, both in past lives and in, kind of what's going on right now. And then our card that I pulled from the, I love this, from the Angel Therapy deck is the Be Willing to Forgive card. Be willing to forgive. So this is a card that I think is just really kind of nailing it in, so truly that this feels as if it's something that's going to be healed in the relationship. Again, any of the little turbulences that have been coming up feels as if there's forgiveness, there's healing on the way, there's clearing, and there's just a sense of harmonizing and togetherness, kind of as you go forward. Last thing that your angels are saying now kind of about the future trajectory of things with grad school is it feels as if there is a move for this, but it's interesting because the move doesn't feel as if it's taking me like really far away. I don't feel really jolted, like I'm going to like the opposite side of the country or anything like that. So it kind of feels, I'm hearing in the comfort zone for both of you. And there's a sense that the two of you actually support one another really well by being together through the move because you're going through it together and you can be one another's kind of base. You can be one another's support and foundation in it. Any other thoughts or questions that have popped up in any of that?
Oh, that's so awesome. That sounds also great. And it really sounds like a lot of reassurance and comfort. And it is very scary, like, to think about, like, everything that might change and, if things were bad before, like, how do I know? And, I've learned a lot in this relationship about forgiveness and about being open. And I think that, the angels are just saying that, like, keep going, keep doing that, and it's going to work and it'll all be better. Yeah, yes. It sounds really great.
Yes. In response to what you just said, I saw the angels show us an image of a big treasure chest of like gold and jewels. And symbolically, they're saying that it's worth the investment to work on the partnership and, see your way through the life's big, scary transitions. That's tough on every single partnership. But if you do it, there's gold and rubies to be found, is kind of what they're saying. There is, it's really, really worth it. So yes, my dear, thank you so much for calling in and for your wonderful question. It was an honor to connect with you today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This was so awesome. I love your work. I love what you do. And I've watched all your videos on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Yay. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we are now coming to the end of our time together. Gosh, I'm always so surprised by how fast it flies by, aren't you? It feels like it could have been 10 minutes, but it was a whole hour. So thank you so much for listening. And remember that I will be live every third Thursday of the month at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Project Bring Me to Life, bringing you spiritual discussions and angel messages. And you can tune in every Thursday at that time to hear the rebroadcast of past shows. Next month, our show topic will be past lives. I'm so excited for that one. It's one of my favorites. So definitely mark your calendars for Thursday, March 16th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern and check that out. All of my shows are recorded and available to listen to as podcasts on iTunes, at Spreaker.com, that's Spreaker.com, and on the app for Android, Stitcher, that's Stitcher. I will also be posting the links for the podcast on my Facebook and Twitter pages in case you missed it. You can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/SarahHall1111, and you can follow me on Twitter by visiting twitter.com/Seraphim444. I am also finally on Instagram as well and have been having so much fun posting daily card readings there, where you can find me at SarahHall444. And as always, if you'd like to contact me for a reading, spiritual guidance, or healing session, you can visit my website at www.seraphim.com. That's www.seraphim.com for more info. And for more fantastic spiritual talk radio, music, art, podcasts, events, and so much more, stay tuned to Project Bring Me to Life Network. I love you all so much, and know until we meet again that you are loved and so, so very blessed. Bye, guys.